We have about Jesus' temptation in the desert gives us a clear idea of who God is by seeing who God isn't with those temptations that the devil presented Jesus. That we have a God who is not about dominance and power and kind of doing magic tricks in order to entice people into believing. And we have God of love and of mercy who wants us to see every human being is made in his image and likeness. So that's the first Sunday of Lent always has the story of the temptation of Jesus from either Matthew, Mark, or Luke. And so it's significant that it's trying to tell us as we enter into Lent that we do face temptations to be something we are not. We are sons and daughters of God. We've been baptized into the death and resurrection of Jesus. And so we really need to grapple and be honest with who we are. And one of the ways we've tried to remember who we are as followers of Jesus is to twin with a parish in Haiti, just to keep reminding us that people around the world are our brothers and sisters, and some of them don't have the material things that we do, and so we need to learn from them what it is to really live truly life at its most basic, what's most important, and also then to reach out and to be assistance where we can. So we had travelers at the end of January again that went to our twin parish, and so I'd like Kim Dalhauser to please share a little bit about that experience and the importance of this relationship that we have about being followers of Jesus.
Good morning. I didn't know if I'd make it here today. First of all, right before I left, I got a major nosebleed and got that taken care of. And then Jeff and I got to, I live northwest of Whittemore and on a gravel road, and we got to the highway and we were looking at a 2 to 3 foot drift. And so luckily Jeff had his pickup and he just backed up and gunned it, but we made it this morning. My name is Kim Dalhauser, and I'm one of the 8 travelers that went to Chantal, Haiti recently. This was my 4th trip to Chantal, and I'm excited to share with you about this trip because it exceeded my expectations. And that says a lot for me because I can honestly say to a lot of things, not my first rodeo. So each trip I come back and I'm more excited. I'm so proud of our Catholic community and its twinning project. Through our twinning project, we are following Jesus' example of reaching out to the hungry, sick, and needy. Mother Teresa once said, "At the end of life, we will not be judged by how many diplomas we have received, how much money we have made, how many great things we have done. We will be judged by, I was hungry and you gave me something to eat. I was naked and you clothed me. I was homeless and you took me in." By traveling to Chantal, we have the privilege of seeing firsthand that our twinning project is improving the lives of our brothers and sisters. Before each trip, Father Ed requests that each evening in Chantal we get together and we share where we saw Jesus that day. Therefore, this year I thought, well, I'm going to shake up my usual traveler speech and share with you where I saw Jesus on this trip. First, I want to start with Jesus the preacher. I saw Jesus the preacher and Monsignor Goose, Father Miso, and the parish directors. Monsignor Goose is a great leader. He cares for both the spiritual and physical needs of his people. He oversees 11 parishes. We had the privilege of visiting all 11 parishes this trip. This year, we were honored to attend the dedication of the newest chapel at the remote village of Matthew. We walked an hour and a half and crossed the river 6 times to get to Matthew. The people were so grateful to have the chapel with a roof and walls. The 2 priests are only able to hold Mass about every 5 weeks at the 10 remote chapels. So during the meantime, the parish director takes care of all the parish activities. Monsignor Goose's spiritual priority is slowly rebuilding the chapels that were destroyed by Hurricane Matthew. Next, I saw Jesus in the teachers in the school, or I saw Jesus, the teacher, in the schools. The teachers educate the children with limited resources. Some of the teachers walk 1 to 2 hours just to get to school. I met students that walk 3 hours one way to get to school. Education is so important to the people of Haiti. The people know that education of the children is the key to breaking the cycle of poverty and unemployment. Since we have twinned with Saint Jean de Chantal, the number of students who are able to attend school has doubled. Because of our support, the teachers are now getting a salary. Students have help with tuition. There's playground equipment for the little ones and resources for many school supplies. This past year, the boys' and girls' bathrooms were constructed at the school, and the students kept repeatedly thanking us for the modern bathrooms. Our Parish Families Against Hunger fundraiser and packaging provides the meals for the school children and teachers. And for some of the children, that's the only meal they get that day. Jesus the Healer. I saw Jesus the Healer and the doctor and nurses traveling to the remote villages to provide medical care. Prior to our support, these people had no medical care. Monsignor Goose gave witness to how the mobile medical clinic has saved lives. On this trip, we transported prescription medications and over-the-counter medications. The doctor was so grateful for those medications. Because of the medications we brought, he was able to lower his price for the consultation of seeing a patient to what is equivalent to 25 cents US. We have helped start a small medical clinic right beside the St. John Church in Chantal. This not only provides medical care to the people, but also has a small lab and pharmacy. Wherever we went, the people begged us to continue the mobile medical clinic. Jesus the Carpenter. I saw Jesus the common laborer in the people. In Haiti, it's all sweat labor. They work the land without machinery. They tenderly care for their gardens and animals because they are precious and fragile commodities. As most of us know, one big storm can destroy all they have. We got to see the newly repaired road to the remote chapel of Tapio. The materials to repair that road were carried by man and burro. We got to see the new cistern to supply water to the remote village, where the only water they had before that they had to get from a stream. We got to see a small operational farm started by Monsignor Goose, with chickens, thriving fruit trees, vegetables, and a new well with a solar pump to irrigate the land and the neighboring gardens. All these improvements were possible through the support of Five Saints community. The people must work hard for the little that they have. 75% of the Haitians live on less than $2 a day. 50% live on less than $1 a day. And it came to me, a surprise to me, but the cost of food and supplies in Chantal is about equivalent to what they are here. Therefore, the dollar doesn't stretch very far. Most people would be surprised to know how happy and joyous the people are given what little they have. Regardless of how little they have, they make certain that they take care of one another. Their family and their faith is the nucleus of their lives. They trust in the Lord to provide. They repeatedly tell you that everything happens by the grace of God. If one takes away only one thing from this mission trip, it definitely will be that material things and riches do not equate happiness. I want to end with Jesus the missionary. I'm guessing that most of us, myself included, never thought of Jesus as the first missionary. Jesus never sat by passively and let those who happened to be interested in his teaching to come to him. No, he went to the sick, the needy, the sorrowing, and expounded his message of joy, healing, and salvation. Even at a young age, he went to the temple and taught the doctors and lawyers. He found his way to the common laborers and said, "Follow me, I will make you fishers of men." Not only was Jesus a missionary, but he pledged us to be missionaries too. Once again, I want to tell you how proud I am of our Catholic community and its twinning project, and how much our support means to those 11 parishes in and around Chantal. They repeatedly told us how our twinning project not only gives them hope for a better future, but also saves lives. And so many times people ask me, well, why are we helping them and not our people in this country? And the difference I see is that, well, not only does Jesus want us to reach out to all of our brothers and sisters, but also in this country, we have a lot of supports in Social Security and Title 19 and health insurance. They have none of that. The only support they have is their church. The government does not give them any support. So they looked up to Monsignor Goose, and they look up to us with the only hope that they have. However, there's so much more to do. The food at the school ran out this month. We're not able to package enough food for the school children to last the entire year. More chapels need to be rebuilt and repaired. There is a dire need for improvements for sanitation. Many people continue to have no shelter, no roofs over their heads during the rains. There is the need for replanting crops that were destroyed by Hurricane Matthew. In addition, there's a need for more medicine and more health care. I'm going to conclude with one more Mother Teresa quote, because I love the wisdom of her words, and I'm not smart enough to think of them, but we know only too well that what we are doing is nothing more than a drop in the ocean. But if that drop were not there, the ocean would be missing something. Please continue to support our parish twinning projects, not just because it's making a profound difference in the lives of our brothers and sisters, because it has everything to do with love, both Christ's love for us and our love for one another. Thank you.
Thank you, Kim. Very well done. Let's profess our faith with the Apostles' Creed.